and welcome to Hoop Room Talks. And here I am with yet another interesting person and personality. But before I actually delve into introducing that person, I must tell you that when I first met this person, I began to get acquainted with him professionally. He is an ace wheelchair tennis player. And as I began to interview him, as I got to know him, he started messaging me, and I began to realize at a later stage in my life that when I meet such people, uh, I always begin to think of how their personal lives will be. But I never really got a chance to interview such personalities and delve into their personal side. And here I am today with that perfect opportunity here. And introducing to you Boniface Prabhu. Thank you so much for joining us. An ace wheelchair tennis player and a Padma Shri Awardee too. Um, my first thoughts when I really met you, like I really mentioned a little before, um, I was always wondering how your personal life would be. And I just wanted to understand that life. So, in a brief, in a nutshell, if you can really summarize, how has your personal life been to you?
You mean, okay, good evening,
Right from your
everyone.
childhood. Yeah, please.
Thanks, Pratibha, for having me in your channel in a different format altogether. So it was
That's
always
right.
about mics and camera action to a different, platform altogether.
True.
So yeah, we have connected after a very, very long time. So
Correct.
yeah. Okay. To start with, uh, you know, just to a little bit of myself, that I'm born as a normal child to my parents due to a wrong spinal tap was done at the age of 3.5, 4, according to my parents. I've been, paralyzed below the waist. And later I came to know, I mean, medical terms, when we came to know the reality, the truth, uh, it is a quadriplegic, a disability with, four part of your body is not functioning normal. Yes, basically, I don't know how to start with, because I've given so many interviews. I don't
Right.
know how to start
I'm
with
sure
and how
this must
to
have come as
go
a
with.
shock to you when you were really at the hospital, or when you were
No, I
when you
was.
began to understand that you are a quadriplegic. How did you really take it? Let's start from there.
Yeah, but see, basically, it was too early for me to even know what is the medical terms. I started really, I mean, I felt very hurt or sad or whatever you call it when I started realizing that I was not able to go to school like my other two brothers and all my childhood friends. That is something which I felt was the most beautiful thing or most beautiful part of my life. I missed out. But otherwise, the way I was groomed as a child, I never, friends or family or the roundabout, the childhood, I've never been treated as a differently challenged person. Neither I was treated as a, kind of the word we used to use, handicap and stuff like that. It was a very normal childhood. Okay, and brothers used to carry me till a certain period of time. Dad used to take me in his bicycle to church and to any socializing like functions, family get-togethers and stuff like that. But then, other than that, I really don't see there's anything that I couldn't do. I was a very naughty kid according to my parents, and
Right.
and I didn't even know that my disability is a quadriplegic, because I used to do a lot of
So,
stuff.
since you're talking about this whole socializing at functions and all that, I'm
Mhm.
sure one of the other thoughts that was plaguing my mind is, how was it when you approached girls? How did they really look at you? And did you ever have a first crush?
See, the thing was like, at that point of time, I didn't know the what do you call like, uh, I mean, I mean, I was like, I was groomed in a very straight and very conservative platform, and since I never had the schooling, so I never had anything as such, like, because it'd be wrong if I say something which is not true. Okay, but yes, I had a lot of friends who were girls.
Hmm.
Okay, and I used to play marble, I used to fly kites, and I used to do a lot of stuff. Especially, all my childhood friends used to say that I was a champion in marble. So I have my childhood friends. I still remember one of my childhood friends. She'll always, used to hold her. Those days they used to wear this big frock
Hmm.
kind of a stuff. So I used to win
Right.
marbles, and she used to help me to hold all of that because both my pockets, like, both my shirt
Right.
pockets and my uh,
Hmm.
pant pockets and all were full and kind of. So that's the kind of a thing that I started. It's more like playing. It's more like fun, more like being with friends and stuff like that. But then otherwise, yes, as a human being, when I turned out 18, 18 plus, yes, I knew, but I also was very open to accept what I am and what my
Hmm.
disability was, and how the other person could react. It's everything, man
Right.
ki man,
Now, the
man.
reason why I'm bringing in, this particular aspect of girlfriends is because we want to also deal with relationships, not
Right.
just in terms of how the society treats you, but also in terms of, how does a quadriplegic fall in love? How will he really approach a girl? And how will he take in rejections? How will a girl really look at this person when a person proposes to her? These are some of the aspects that I also want to delve into. So, this is the beginning of that.
Okay. See, basically, okay, then I have to skip a lot of questions that you have listed out for me. Yeah,
Right.
see, when I finished my 10th, I wanted to become a doctor, and unfortunately, the system never had the accessibility and stuff like that. The colleges and all these things have put me down. Though I did my homeschooling and cleared my 10th with the third class, okay, and big dreams that wanted to become a doctor and things like that. So but things never happened. Then I started going to an institution when I was doing my diploma. uh, I was about 18 years old, and yes, there was a lot of it was like a co-ed kind of an environment, and I was more, people have looked at me more as a sportsman. I had my cricket
Mm,
team. I was doing all the shot put, discus, and javelin. I was a national champion at the time. So it was the other side of the, uh, what do you call, like, the my sporting success or achievements were standing before me.
mm,
So people would say, hey,
right.
he's the national champion, hey, Bonnie, he's won the gold here, this, that, and kind of. Yeah, I used to feel like, okay, how do I propose? That was a tough thing. I had like even today, I have, if you count your fingers, I have more girlfriends than boyfriends. They are like
Yeah, I
very
bet.
comfortable with me, and I mean, now it's a different platform.
Right.
Basically, they're very comfortable sharing it with me, their problems, success, failures, take advices and stuff like that. But yeah, those days, yes, I did like few. Okay, and I wish I could take their names, but I can't. Okay, then it'll become like a movie
So, how
autograph.
did they react when you
No,
did?
but
Did you ever really confess to them
yeah,
that you
see,
liked them?
I've never done that to anyone. The first person in my life who I felt very strong was my wife. Okay,
Right.
I wish I could have done to a lot, but then, like, as I told you, like, I'm kind of a shy when it comes to that, and I always put myself in the other's shoe. How will they
Mm,
react, and kind of, and yeah, there are a lot of things that people like. me, it's very normal, but then the parents, how parents will react, her side, how it is, and kind of. So those things has kept me, or in a
Let's stay
simple
away,
word,
let's back off.
no, in simple words, I was very happy being a friend rather
Was it
than
also a
anything else.
fear of rejection?
No, I don't think so. That's what first thing when happened when with my wife when I told my brother, like my elder brother, because he was a little
Mm.
possessive about myself. He said like, what if, and I said like, look, if the girl says no, I'm not going to grow my beard and be like on Devadas or something. I will not get into all those things. If she
Yeah.
finds someone, I'll also find somebody else. It's not a big
Hmm.
deal. So fortunately, that never happened in our life.
So this was a love marriage, I presume.
Yeah, yeah, it was a love marriage. She
Okay.
was my
Right.
fan, and she called me accidentally one day to my office, and she said, "Am I talking to Boniface Prabhu?" I said, "Yes." Uh, I think I was a little rude to her on that point of time because all my other friends used to bully me a lot, especially when I become the international pro. So they
Right.
used to bully me a lot and they used to
Hmm.
make fun of me and kind of. So
Yeah.
then she called me and she said that I'm your fan and all that. But luckily, I took her number. I know I was a little
Okay.
rude. I also wanted to put up my price, because those
Right.
days we didn't have a
Yeah.
mobile phone, and so I just said like, okay, can I call you
Yeah.
back? I'm busy. I was busy, but I said like, I'm
Hmm.
busy. Can I call you back? Then immediately after that, I called one of my friend, very dear friend. I said like, come on, stop doing all these things because I work in a very big organization and we have this common incoming phone calls. So you can't
Right.
play the fool around. No, she said, no, no, I never call. Why will I call? Then in the evening, I called her and I said, I'm sorry. I mean, she said her name Christina. I heard only the Tina. So the whole family calls her
Okay.
Tina only today.
So how did you muster up the courage to go and, make the first call?
No, Pratiba, see, I mean, for me, I mean, I never felt there's anything, anything could stop me. Okay, like I was telling that I know that there were a lot of other girls. They used to tell my friends, I like him and kind of, but there were a lot of other things were involved, like they were non-Christians, and I was not against
Mm.
any religious thing, but I was very
Mm.
much confident that when I marry, I know I'm for sure I'll have children. Okay, and
Right.
when I have my children, I want them to have a faith, a single faith. Neither I wanted to impose on the other persons to convert to Christianity, or I was willing to convert. Okay,
Mm.
so I said like, come on, marriage is not just between two people. It's about families. It's about all a lot of thing, friends and
Mm.
kind of. So when I found this girl who's my wife today, she was like more or less everything that matched us, and she came and she met me at when I was preparing myself for the US Open, and we then I mean like she said, I want to see how you play. Normally I hats off to people like you with all these difficulties, in spite of all your challenges, you come out with a lot of courage and but again she also had a very dear friend who's also on a wheelchair, so
Okay.
that could have kind of even today they are the best of friends. They are the
Right.
most, even
Mm.
things that even I don't know, but they know, between them they know everything, like. So I
Right.
thought that could be also one of the moves. Okay, and but I made a strong thing. I felt like this is the girl I should ask for. So
Right.
when I was going for the US Open,
Mm.
just the day before, I was just a little hesitant also.
Right.
Okay, worst thing versus what she will say no, right? That's not
Mm.
going to end my world or end her world, kind of.
Mm.
I just before leaving, I gave her a call and I said, I'm going for US Open. Yeah, I know. Congratulations. I was about to call you. I didn't call. I mean, I didn't want to call you because you must be getting ready, packing things, that, this. And I said, yeah, that is over. Then I asked her, will you marry me? Straight.
Okay. So
And the
how long did you even like begin talking that you suddenly post this question?
I think we were initially we were very good friends for I
Hmm.
think for about 6 months or so. Then I could sense that yes, I should not let
She
this
likes,
go. Yeah.
right.
So when I said, "Will you marry me?" and the very instant answer was yes. She screamed,
Nice.
"Yes." Oh, okay. Oh my God, I don't know what to say. But then I came back, and that's how things moved on.
So did you date her and how were the dates with her?
Oh, that was a very sad part. Like, whenever we wanted to go out,
Hmm.
either I have to take the help of my driver. I had one Rick driver used to come and take us
Hmm.
out, or I have to depend on my brother. Because my wife is a very, very independent person. She had her
Okay.
own bike, and
Hmm.
and anywhere I tell, she'll just land up. We used to even go for a movie. I wasn't that comfortable till the time that I bought my car, which I could drive. Okay, that
Right.
has made things a lot better. But yes, we did go out, and I'm like a kind of a mama's paloo kind of a boy. Okay. So
Okay.
I mean, I've never eaten pani puri, which I love to, because my parents, they say, eat this, you'll have that problem, you eat this, cold,
Hmm.
eat, all sorts of things they'll say. But then, thanks to my wife, we have eaten on the best of places of Bangalore those days,
Right.
and I've been a member of few clubs. And so whenever I used to go for practice, and I'll say, okay, come meet me. And that's how, we were just going through a very short period, and then we
Decided to
decided to get
marry.
married. And
Like we see in the movies, are you a romantic and did you have like violins playing in the background when you were dating her?
no, nothing like that, nothing like that. The best part was, her mom accepted me so beautifully. So do her brother. Okay,
Hmm.
from my side, it was like a bonus for my parents, because
Right.
they were with the feel, because I have other two siblings. They will
Hmm.
not go and ask a girl who's on a wheelchair or a differently challenged person to, accept, and kind of. So
Right.
it was a very tough thing for them as well. So I think I made their job very easy, and I got the girl of my choice, and yeah. Yeah.
For all those in a similar situation, what would be your advice to them in terms of finding love?
You mean to the differently challenged people?
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
See, it's your disability is just in your mind, Pratibha. Okay. See, I'm just as normal as you. Okay. This is what I have seen over the period of years, like friends or whoever I interact today. First time they see that, okay, oh, he's on a wheelchair. The next meeting, they completely forget that I'm on a wheelchair, and I mean, like, I'm a very happy person basically, and I'm very open
It shows.
to talk to people, and I'm very open to share things, because it's always nice for me that I learn a lot from others. Like, if you ask me, the best part that I have missed in my childhood or even today is that, one day I wanted to go to a classroom, sit with my lunchbox, and maybe it can be a kindergarten or a first standard or any standard, that
Right.
something will happen. But fortunately, with my, with my present commitments, with whatever I'm, endorsing, I'm the brand ambassador for CII. So today I have the opportunity of going and giving lectures, motivational talks at the IITs and managements,
Hmm.
colleges, schools. So it just gives me. It's basically, I wanted to sit on the other side, but God has put me on the side which I could,
Right.
you know,
You said you were brought up in a family where you also had siblings. So
yeah.
when you saw siblings, really running around and, having a life of their own,
Mm.
did you feel that you need to compensate for that also in terms of, finding the right girl for you and then take to tennis?
Yeah, it was like what to say, like my I have an older brother and a younger one. Uh, was not very comfortable with my older one because he's too kind of that brother kind of an attitude. But the younger one was very cool and friendly. And I know that even they had their own girlfriends and stuff like that. Okay. But then, like, how do I say, like, I'm a very simple and normal person, I don't put my disability in front of my anything. Even when I met you also as a sports person, whatever,
Right.
I've always spoken that, it's my ability that has to speak for me, not my disability. If I bring in my disability, then I look for sympathy and I look for other stuffs, which I wasn't comfortable at all. And I remember even when I was young, I used to be like one, big, what you call, like a gunda, you know. So I used to fight a lot when I was a kid. So that's what I'm saying, it was my disability wasn't there. So I really thank my friends, my childhood friends for, imagine Boniface is playing football, you will laugh. Okay. Boniface is playing cricket. People like big stars were in my team, in my cricket team. I mean, I don't know whether I can take their names, but I don't know. But okay, they were all my childhood friends, and they played for India and kind of all big, very big names. So the disability, yes, I know there is a hurdle for me. What you can do in 10 seconds, I used to do it take maybe 5 minutes
Right.
to do that same in my own way of.
Well, the thing is, did you take to tennis thinking that I will become a star and this will more than compensate for the lack of attention in the family or
No,
even with respect to girls?
no, tennis, see, I broke the world record in discus throw. Okay, and I mean, maybe a little bit about myself. I am the first Indian to have won a medal at the Para World Championship after India's independence. The first Indian. See, when I say para, it is I'm parallel to you. I'm not different or no, neither I'm special. Okay, so independent India has got its first ever medal is from Boniface Prabhu, and not many brought out, and that's again a different story altogether.
Right.
So no, I was like yeah, I'm a very romantic person, especially when it comes to songs. I love songs, and even movies. I like movies which is more family oriented. It's more like that. So yeah, that's nothing to do with by tennis. I got into tennis because there was too much of filth and dirt in the system, the Indian para, whatever we have, the federations and all this stuff. And fortunately, I'm very lucky to have such. I have a very wonderful friends, and even I dedicate my entire success, every inch of my success, to my sponsors and my
Did you
friends.
ever once think that, oh my God, I'm tasting stardom? I am now going to have girls on my side.
No, I think maybe I should have waited for some more years. I think I did a quick call when it was when I proposed my wife, and for me, no, I don't know, I'm used, even many of my fellow wheelchair tennis player used to bully me a lot. Okay, because I wasn't that kind of going for
Right.
parties with girls, and when I sit back now, though I'm not playing that much, but when I sit back and I look at it, I don't regret. I don't regret, but
Right.
I still have those wonderful bonding with everyone, and especially the girls who are very close. Even when I was practicing at KSLTA, girls who are like 15 years, 16 years younger to me, they'll come and tap my back. Hey Bonnie, they come and give me a hug. They won't even call me sir. Some of those guys are saying you should address him like sir, and some of the parents used to come and watch. Okay, then they'll
Mhm.
come and talk to me, and it was very comfortable. I mean, for me,
Because generally,
my
society would really feel that, oh, this person is a quadriplegic, then he can't really do anything. He can't drive, he can't play. How did you really face that kind of a stigma, that kind of a perception among the society?
it is the other way around, Pratibha. I used to tell people, those who are, I've made so many people independent today, especially the women part of it. Many of my colleagues, I say, come on, you don't have to be depending on your husband. You have a car, please drive. Okay. Some of them do acknowledge now, and their husband just to say, thank you, Prabhu, for motivating my wife. And I
Mm.
say, when I can drive, why can't you? So like that, that is something I have seen over the period of time, and they also be very comfortable with me. And when people help me, I also give them back and give them a drive and say, come on, look at me how I drive.
Do you ever feel
It's very
that
simple.
the non-specially abled lot are the ones who are more dependent than the specially abled lot?
See, basically, for me, my biggest motivation is, my friend who's right now on this show, Murli, okay, is in Dublin, as a very dear friend. And I have another very dear friend also who's been there, Lover Maji, okay. So, I mean, these are the people who have never made me feel that I'm different from them, or, I should be treated differently, you know. So I must thank Murli, my friend, who been my partner when I did the Prime Minister's
Is he
Accessible
watching
India.
this show?
Yeah, he's on the line, Murli Rao.
Right. Can I
Maybe you
have a
can
word
even,
with
yeah, you
Mr.
can talk
Murli?
to, and you can even talk to
Yes.
Mr. Love Verma as well. Okay.
Yes. Can I have Mr. Murli first? If you can switch on your video, please, Mr. Murli.
Hi,
Mr.
bro.
Murli.
Hello, hey. It's so
Right.
nice to talk about you, bro. It's very, very nice, and thank you very much, Pratiba, for
Hey,
having me
thanks
as
for
well.
coming, bro.
Hi, Mr. Murli. Thank you so much. My question to you is, I mean, did you ever really think that, okay, Boniface Prabhu is a quadriplegic, and how is he really going to settle down in his personal life with respect to, finding the right partner? Did you have these kind of questions, and did you ever really want him?
No, he's as he correctly mentioned, the disability is only in the mindset. So I saw him as a the best human being that I have ever met. And
Right.
in fact, he inspired me in many ways. And I said, look, he never treated himself or he made people to think that he's quadriplegic. And he always motivated in terms of, look, the disability is only in the mindset.
What are
So,
your first thoughts when he came to you and told you that I'm getting married?
well, I mean, in fact, to be honest, I met him about 12 years ago. So he was already married. So, so
Okay. So
yeah,
what were your reactions when you saw his girlfriends?
well, Tina is, I know it's made for each other. One is, I should say, look, it is the best pair that have ever come across. In
Right.
terms of the level of understanding, the level of commitment, and level of knowing each other. I mean, it basically amazed me. I said, look, who is lucky here? Whether it's Bonnie is lucky or Tina is lucky. In fact, for us,
Right.
for me as a friend, I see them the most compatible and the best partners I've ever seen. So
Right.
it is true, and whenever
Did it come as a
basically.
surprise to you when Bonnie told you that I'm married? I mean,
No,
it came
well, I
as a
mean,
surprise to me. So I'm asking you this.
no, well, I mean, look, I mean, I have my cousin who is, who's disabled as well. She got married as well. So, look, I mean, for me, the person who is, differently challenged persons getting married is not new. And
Right.
of course, with all this, he underplayed his
Romantic self.
the emotion, the love story that he had. I think
Okay. Can you throw
because
more light on it?
Well, I mean, look,
Bro, I'll tell you, this is a good opportunity for you to pull my legs because
That's
he'll
right.
always, he'll always say like,
Yeah, no,
no,
you
no,
have
no.
the
express
girls are
permission,
always
so please
behind
go
me.
ahead.
No, look, I mean, as I said, look, I met after they were married and they had children as well. So, but the way I noticed, right? I mean, he underplayed. He is the most romantic person I've seen. You know, he his interactions, towards a human being, as a human being, and towards sports and to the people whom he's interacting is amazing. He gives equal importance to people as well as to the sports that he loves. So I'm sure, the level of details, the level of the time that he has given to Tina at the time, when he's at peak, when he was playing, I'm sure he has managed his time very, very well. And, I wish I could have met him even before. So, so that is what I mean. I mean, he's amazing.
Thank you so much, Mr. Murli. Thanks for joining us. Before I go to the other friend of Boniface, I go back to Boniface now. The other question that plagues all our minds is about intimacy. So, Boniface, can you really talk about how confident were you, or did you have any kind of apprehensions when you decided to get married to her? I think the next thing that was definitely going to be, confronting you is intimacy.
See, Pratibha, as I told, I never had the actual. I want to be very honest in this part. Is like
Mm.
I never had the much of the interaction because when you go to school, college, you have different set of friends you talk
Right.
about. Because I've also sensed a lot of things when my brothers were growing up, my friends were growing up. Kind of, they used to talk about girls, and I mean, I felt like okay, this is not my cup of stuff. I
Mm.
was more into I was like my dad's thing. Whatever my dad says, I used to follow him very strongly. Even like my best of my, I mean, my best friend at that point of time, childhood, was my dad, and I'll obey everything to him. Okay.
Right.
Even to be honest, when I kissed my wife first, it was my dad who gave me the permission. Okay.
Right.
So so it wasn't like a kind of stuff.
So how
But
did
yes,
your wife react when you got your dad's permission to kiss her?
no, it is not like, it was between dad
Mm.
and me. I mean,
Right.
I don't know, maybe now when she get to
Now
hear, she
she'll
will
get to
ask
know.
me after that, or she sees this program,
Right.
she will ask me that, okay? No, it's like basically, how do I put it? Like, I told you I was pretty shy by nature, and I knew that things you get to learn over a period of time. And my wife is a graduate, and she has seen a better world than myself. Okay. And yeah, she did what to say, like she was very comfortable with whatever I used to tell her, talk to her, share with her. And the most touchy part was like, when we decided to get married, and I asked, how was I mean, how was the reaction at your place?
Mm.
I believe a brother asked, can you have children? That's the only
Mm.
question I believe he has ever asked. Nothing other than
Right.
that. So then I asked her, like, what if we cannot have children of
Mm.
our own? And she said, no, there are so many people, there's so many orphanage, and and we were actually very open to even adopt one.
Mm.
Maybe, if everything goes well for us
Right.
financially, I will definitely want more than
Mm.
me. She wanted to. Okay,
Right.
but we are blessed with two beautiful children, a girl and a
Right.
boy now.
Mm.
So yeah, things are like cool, Pratibha. Nothing, much. And the best part I've seen is like we never, from the world's perspective, like as a
Mm.
outer world, yes, definitely, it is not that easy for even a person like you. If someone who's on a wheelchair comes and proposes, you will think
Right.
twice. She'll say,
That's
I need
right.
time, I need to discuss and kind of. So I feel that way I'm really blessed. My wife was like very spontaneous. So
Right.
she knows what she wants and kind of.
Did you
So
ever think that you are going to be dependent on her and tomorrow she could perceive you differently? Did you ever have that fear?
no, there's nothing such. I'm more what to say, like, see, we also have ups and downs now. We are married for 22 years now, so we also have our own ups and downs. Okay, and touch wood, till today, I'm not dependent on her on the physical terms, other than, like, she helps me when I get into the car, she locks the door and stuff like that. But other than that, I do all my work, like from my day in day out activities, everything I do it by myself. Okay, and I don't cook. She cooks.
I'd like to know about how the society really looks at you when you go out on a date. Suppose you're having a nice, quiet, romantic dinner with your wife. Have you ever come
We
across a
we
situation
rock.
where,
Oh no, I mean, I'm very fortunate to be a Bangalorean, and I carry the same platform like any other celebrities and stuff like that. That is something I'm fortunate about. And if there are places when people treat me different, I give them my piece of yes. Okay, one such incident I wanted to share it with you.
sure.
I've been working with the ministry and especially for the upliftment of the disabled in our society. The Brigade Road in Bangalore as a
Yes?
differently challenged parking, special parking.
Hmm.
So I went to park the car there, and there's one of the cop came and said, "Sir, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಹಾಕಂಗಿಲ್ಲ." Can I use Kannada as well?
Yeah, yeah, please.
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
Yes, yes, please.
So I said like ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು? ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು
Hmm.
ಬಂದು VIP ಗೆ. Then I showed my
Hmm.
business card, and I also asked him what is put on the sideboard. It's put for differently challenged people. So then I said, first of all, I'm a disabled person and you need to. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಅದು ಬಂದು VIP ಗೆ. Then I showed him my
Hmm.
business card. Okay. Then one of the bosses there, he said very sarcastically, ಅವ್ನ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳು ಮಧ್ಯ ರೋಡ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಹೇಳು, he said. So it was
Hmm.
between the Church Street and the Brigade Road. I put the car in the middle of the road. Okay.
Right.
And I told him, okay, now you
Hmm.
do whatever you want. I want respect. Okay. Forget about
Correct.
me being a sportsman or a Padma Shri or
Hmm.
whatever. First of all, you need to respect human. Okay. You can't talk to a
Right.
disabled person like this. Okay. And then the whole traffic was completely blocked, completely from MG
Was your
Road
wife
to.
also with you that time?
No, my friend was with me. So we
Okay.
wanted to go and pick up something at
Hmm.
Church Street. Then it was a big thing. I said, like, okay, if you have the thing, please tow my car. And I'm very close to the then commissioner of Bangalore,
Hmm.
traffic and commissioner of police. So I called him
Right.
and told him, sir, this is what is happening. Okay. Then they also told me, Prabhu, teach them a lesson. Then literally
Right.
this guy had to come with the folding hands and he said, I'm very sorry, ನನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದಾಗಿತ್ತು ಹಂಗೆ. Then I took the car out and I parked it properly. Even today, when I go to Brigade Road, I get a proper parking. One barricade in front of me and one barricade at the back of my car. See, basically, what happens is it was a lot of difficulty over the period of years because I know
Right.
the childhood that I went through, how I have been deprived of school, college. Okay. And today, when
True.
I am doing so many things for the upliftment of disabled people at large, and at the same time, the government also has come out with a lot of, laws and acts and stuff like that. Okay, like the
Right.
Disability 2016 Disability Act was a very powerful one. And again, I want to thank my dear friend Murli, who was a part of my drive from Kashmir to Kanyakumari.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, so
Yes, I read
I
about that.
had
Yes.
the opportunity of meeting our honorable Prime Minister. He has applauded
Right.
me, and so it's a nice thing. See, basically, we always have this very dirty habit of pointing faults at others. Okay,
No, I
others
mean,
don't
it's
do, others don't do.
one.
What are we do? That's my question.
True.
When there is a
But it's
system.
one when you are going out alone and you face these kind of situations. But a whole different ballgame altogether if you go with the family and the way people see you. I mean, for instance, if I'm going out somewhere and I see somebody with um, some kind of a disability, I am going to, turn my head once again. And imagine I see the same person with a family. I'm sure I'm going to turn my head 2, 3 times. Did you ever feel awkward during such situations when
No,
people were only looking at you while with family?
no, never happened that way. In fact, I think, see, for one of the reason I like to travel alone is, like say, when I travel within the country or even outside the country, for various reasons, okay? But the
Mhm.
very strong point is like I like to go alone. See, when I'm going in a taxi, first thing is I train the taxi driver, look, this is how you need to support. It's a very simple thing. It's not going to be a rocket science, and neither you have to carry me and put me on a wheelchair. I can do all of that by myself. But all that you need to do is just a simple mechanism to to unplug the wheels and put the wheels in the car and then take it back and plug it in.
Mm.
So some people are little cranky, and I tell like, see, if I'm your brother, will you do this? Okay, that's the first thing I always tell. Okay,
Mm.
treat me like your brother, treat me like your friend. Okay, treat me someone who's like in your family, and also be thankful to me that I'm training you, because there are trainings given for such people, because it's your job. You're a security personnel, or you're you know supporting staff. It's your duty. Unfortunately, in our country, it's still not come up to that level like how it is in the US or Europe or Australia or many part of like Japan, China, Korea, and stuff like that. There, it's kind of come from the beginning itself, from the school level itself. Okay, so again, like when we did this drive from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, we did meet a lot of people, and we educated them. We were giving them the importance. Basically, what happens is, like, say for example, if I'm going with my father and mother, for example, they have the special concern for those who come to help me. Okay, that I
Mm.
never liked it. Look,
Right.
it's your job. You got to do your job. Okay, you're paid for it. So
Mm.
you better do it, even in the airport or whatever. No, I'll tell people like, I don't mind giving you some money for your whatever, but you cannot demand money to do the work. Then that means whatever the salary
Mm.
that you're getting in, it's of no thing. So I'm pretty open, Pratibha. I'm very open to any part of the country. And again, the drive with Murli, like as Murli was mentioning,
Mm.
so it was a very strong
I, at this
thing.
point in time, would also like to request Bala, who's also on the show, to
Yeah.
please share the pictures. Sorry, I'm also a little technologically challenged. So if you
Okay.
could share the pictures, I've shared
Uh,
it with him. And meanwhile, I have another question for you, Boniface,
mhm.
especially with your children. The bond that you share, could you just talk about it a little? I mean, how did they react when they got to know that their father is a quadriplegic?
Oh no, I mean that way again I'm very fortunate. We have never discussed these things, Pratibha, because the point is, we don't see that. I'm really fortunate to be very honest. The place where I work, for example, I'm in a day in and day out. I'm with at least about 1,000 people I interact. Okay, when I'm driving, like sometimes the cops stops me for speed or whatever, and I don't stop where they ask me to stop. I stop where I have to see the safety first.
Convenience.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when they come back into, that is also a good thing. I'll come and
Right.
they'll come and see me, like, when I sit in the car, they can't make out I have a disability. I can't put on one thing on my forehead, say I'm disabled, right? So they come
Right.
back and they say, oh, sorry sir, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. uh, I've even heard people are saying, ದೇವರಿಗೆ ಕಣ್ಣಿಲ್ಲ, all sorts of things. I say,
Mm.
no, 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 that's okay. Like, you do your job and I do my job and stuff like that. Yeah, with children, I have never felt they are very supportive, very understanding, and we have never discussed. I'm a very normal parent, Pratibha. To be very honest, I fight with my wife. I fight with my kids. I've been like, I'm just the typical dad and a typical husband. Okay, so I don't bring in my disability into anything else, which I should feel. Oh, I am disabled. I have to be like this. No, sorry, that has never been there, fortunately, and even my children knows that very well, and they also don't treat me anything different. They're like more funful than even if I slip or something. No, they don't. Oh, Dada fell down. No, they laugh. Like how we laugh when someone falls or someone thinks, they laugh. But they are there to support me. But they don't show that sad face. Oh, my dada fell down. Oh, my dada. Nothing like that. It's a very normal life. I know it's pretty weird, but I'm saying this with the utmost honesty. Okay, and my friend Murli will agree with me on this because he's been with me so close. Okay, we shared rooms while we were doing the drive and for more than a month. Okay, so that's how it's a very normal life we were going through, Pratibha. So there's nothing like any special stuff and things like that. There's absolutely nothing. Okay, so I don't want to take any such
Sorry.
thing of the credit also.
I want you to make a statement to the society which thinks that a quadriplegic cannot lead a normal life.
See, if you're a quadriplegic, okay, first take out that insecure feel that you have. Okay, first of all, you need to accept what you have. Okay, what you are capable of. Okay, and the second thing is, be honest to the person that you want her to be a part of your journey for the rest of your life. Okay, and don't show that gratitude. Oh, I'm like this, so you're marrying me and I want to be grateful to you. No, you should marry to me only if you love me, if you stand by me with all the ups and downs. It doesn't mean that only a quadriplegic goes through. See, I do a lot of counseling also for the youngsters who are getting married or going through a disturbed life, and kind of I tell them, like, come on. I sometimes tell them, you guys are worse than me. When if I had to crib for my own disability and if I had to crib for my own stuff, oh my God, there's every step of my journey. I have a hurdle. Every push of my chair is a hurdle. Okay.
I want to go back to a basic question. Could be basic to you, but could be very, very alien to many of us. What is a quadriplegic? And how different is it from a paraplegic? I'll tell you the relevance a little later.
Okay, see, according to me, the quadriplegic is a person with the body structure is such where you'll have problems with your arms, shoulders, elbows, and your back, and your day in day out functions, especially when you use your restroom. I'm fortunate, to be honest. I've got a very normal system. My sexual life is also very normal. Okay, I don't have any. I mean, I don't have to take any assistance or any aid to kind of. But yes, I do work with such people, so I know what is paraplegic. Basically, paraplegic is where they have this L7, L11. Spine would have got injured, so they will not have any sensation below their neck, below their chest, below their abdomen. Okay, and they have no control over their their the system. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how to put it across on a medical
We
term
have
because I
a
don't want to hurt
paraplegic
anyone.
with us on this show.
Yeah.
And his name is Avinash, an extremely talented person who has also done a series with us on Hoopsters. I would like to bring Avinash in.
Oh.
Avinash, are you there? Could you please switch on the video? A few words from you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, Avinash. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
It's my and
Hi, Avinash.
Could you turn on your video too, Avinash?
Hi, Avinash.
Hi, Avinash.
no Prabhu. It was really nice.
Avinash, can you talk a little about the series that you did for us? In fact, he did a series where he spoke about his life as a paraplegic and how he's been affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
Avinash,
About
can
my-
you also? Yeah,
About my series, right?
that's right. I'm talking about your series.
Can I ask you a few questions, Avinash?
Yes, sure.
Is Pratibha, I'm allowed to?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. So, Avinash, how old are you? What are you doing?
I'm 34, sir.
34, okay.
And
You work
Yes.
or you're a student or you're
no,
a businessman?
because of my physical condition, I'm simply at home.
Okay.
And I'm all the time on the bed.
Okay.
So,
Avinash,
do
can you talk about how much you
do you have
enjoyed?
problem to talk, or is it the network
No,
that
no.
is bothering you, Avinash, right now?
No. This is the way I talk. Sorry. Meaning, because of my spasticity,
Mm-hmm.
like because of
Avinash, can
my
you talk about the series that you did, how much you enjoyed doing it?
oh sure. The series was basically about my life journey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, and me got together, and he told me to just record whatever comes to my mind, and put it as series.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a 13-part series
Mm-hmm.
where
13
he
episodes. 13 episodes.
But
initially
Pratibha,
he was
what I
hesitant.
wanted, no, Pratibha, what I wanted to share it with you is what I see with Avinash's disability. He's not paraplegic. He's a CP. Okay, it's
Right.
called cerebral.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So he's not
Yes.
paraplegic. Okay. So
Right.
what happens is, like, maybe Avinash might have this disability, maybe as a by birth, or basically it happens by birth. Okay, and I'm sure Avinash also will agree with me, because
Yes.
I've interacted a lot and I do support a lot of CP, and so basically, they are mentally very, very strong and very, very beautiful. Okay.
Right.
And but the body doesn't support them as they wanted the body to be. Okay. So
Exactly.
yeah, so that's how the things are, for a person like Avinash. Okay. So what I also wanted to think is, Avinash, you have any questions to me? Okay, and I'll be more happy to share with you if you need anything. Even otherwise, you can take down my number from Pratibha.
Yes.
Want to talk to me? I'll be more happy to support you, help you, guide you, assist you, or take your help and you as a motivator for me. Okay, so
He is definitely a motivator for most of us. In fact, I'm a big fan of Avinash.
fantastic. That
Thank
shows
you.
that how beautiful it is, kind of. Yes, it's a very beautiful
Right.
thing,
True.
Pratibha. And people like
Bef-
Avinash, when they move out, like, they have problems when they are flying. They have problems when they are on the train. because of, you know, the
And
control, body control is really tough. Even their parents, their loved ones has to handle them when they are traveling. And sometimes, you
Right.
know, the system is very insensitive to such people. And I've always given my voice, you know, to name a national channel or whatever, anything which discriminates, differently challenged, the first call will get is Boniface Prabhu. Boniface, I'm calling, I'm this one calling from this
Right.
TV, I'm calling from that TV. Would you like to give us, you know, see, I say,
Right.
like, just treat me as normal as you, yeah. Come on.
True.
I'm not different, you know. So, Avinash,
Boniface, I must tell you that
I just want to say one thing, Pratibha, you
sure,
know.
sure.
Avinash, feel free to share your emotions, your whatever you have in heart. Okay, you should consider that you are much, much better than Stephen Hawkins. Okay,
yes,
yeah,
yes, thank you.
yeah. Yes, Pratibha.
Thank
Sorry,
you
go
so
ahead.
much,
Sorry.
Avinash, for being on the show. Thank you. Thanks a lot for this. I also want to bring in IOV Verma.
Yeah,
A few words from him. IOV Verma, could you please
love
switch on
Verma
your
ji. Yeah.
video? Oh, it's Love Verma ji. Okay,
Yes, love
sorry.
Verma ji. I'm so glad he's also joining us today.
Love Verma ji, could you please share your thoughts on the love life of Mr. Boniface Prabhu?
So can you unmute him?
Yes. Am I visible
Yes.
and audible?
Yes,
Yes.
Great to
absolutely.
see you, Boniface.
Thank you, sir.
Wonderful
Thank
to
you.
see you
Sorry,
on the
meanwhile,
show.
could I request Avinash to switch off the video? Yes, Varmaji, could you please tell us about Boniface, about his girlfriends, about how romantic he is?
Well, actually, I came to know him when I was secretary of the empowerment of persons with disabilities. And I've always admired him for being very sorted and very grounded and also very humble. Anyone with the kind of achievements he has would have had a very swollen head. But he
Right.
is entirely different. And I'm so happy that he has come on the show to share something which normally people try to keep hidden, isn't it?
True.
So
True.
I think the word which he was using a lot is normal. I think he's more normal than other people. And he's a fantastic athlete. Another thing I feel is that perhaps he has not got the recognition and the awards which he deserved. So through the show, I hope people will come to know and will support him much more than what they have done so far.
Absolutely. I hope your words ring into the right ears.
So this is the love what I have always received from my friends,
Right.
Pratibha. You know, they just give me the strength that I am when I'm low. They are there for me when I need them. Their words of encouragement. You know, it just charges me really nice. And yes, you know, other than that, you know, now I see life as its own turns and things like that.
True.
So,
In fact, Boniface, I must tell you that you have another fan here, Padma Lawler, who has actually sent a message saying, my understanding of the term quadriplegic simply does not fit you. You are doing so much more, very admirable. So that is the
yes,
message that you've received here. If there are any questions
thank you,
from the
Padma.
audience, any statements that you want to make, please feel free to use the comment section, the chat section here, and please send in your comments. Before that, while they do that, Boniface, you did tell me that you are romantic and you watch a lot of movies, family movies. Is there any romantic hero that you've looked up to?
Oh, that way I think the present generation is so talented, Pratibha. Because when I was young, we started watching Kamal Hassan, Rajnikant, Dr. Rajkumar, and I know I'm also a big fan of Shankar Nag, Anant Nag. Okay, and you know, yeah, few Telugu actor and actresses and stuff like that. But yes, I was a big fan of Kamal Hassan. Okay,
Yeah.
and
Can you imitate any of his dialogues or sing one of his
oh
songs?
no way! I don't want people to run away from your show and never going to, log into your show ever again. No, please. Okay.
Right, before we close, can I request Bala to please share the pictures that I've sent? If you could screen share them, it'd be really wonderful. Any closing remarks, Boniface, by then?
Basically, I want to tell all my fellow differently challenged friends across my country and across the globe. Okay, the disability is something which we all have to accept it. Okay, and don't put that disability in front of you. The minute you put I mean, if you put it in front of you, then you're really a disabled person. Okay, take your abilities.
There I can see testimony to that are these pictures here.
Okay, so put your abilities beyond all of this. Okay, you're no different from anybody else, and just live your life, lead your life. Okay, if you want to get connect to a person, a partner, okay, love, marriage is not just about sex. Okay, it is about companionship, someone to be for you in terms of, even to throw your frustration. You can't go and throw your anger or to anyone else. You need someone of your own. Okay, stand by them. It doesn't matter you don't have legs, you can still stand by them. Okay, and uh, be take away that negative things in you. Okay, because I've noticed most of the time we disabled people are a little too insecure. By saying so, even the normal people are also insecure in life. Okay, but what happens is we show that more. Okay, we need to be unite, we need to educate one another, we need to support one another, we need to give hand to the person who doesn't have a hand, we need to give our eyes to the person who doesn't have our eyes. Okay, so in my team, we did this let's walk together, talk together, and see together. Okay, so these are the things that can take us to a different level of life. And I also congratulate all our para athletes who have done our country proud and at the recent Paralympic and the coming Para Asian Games and Paralympics and stuff like that. Okay, so don't put your disability in front of you. Put always your ability, and don't look for sympathy and don't look for courtesy, because that will never take you anywhere in life. And try to be as independent as you can. You asked for me a short note, but I'm sorry, I'm giving a big note.
No problem.
Just believe in yourself. Just just live a normal life. Okay, and be happy. At the end of the day, we all have to be happy in life. Remember one thing: I have come to this world with nothing, and I'm going to take back nothing. Okay, and I wish all my viewers who are going to watch this or recording later, Merry Christmas and a happy
And a
2023.
very happy New Year.
Yeah. Thanks
Right.
for having me, Pratibha, and it was lovely seeing you
Right.
after a long time.
I know, absolutely lovely. In fact, Murli has also messaged here because disability is only a mindset, and Boniface is great testimony to that. And I couldn't but really agree with him. And I would like all the audience to just for a few minutes switch on their cameras so that we have like a closing shot.
Oh, okay.
If everybody could just switch on their videos. There we go. I think Avinash hasn't switched on his video. I think we have more. Let me take a screenshot. Hold on. Yes, I've done that. And I've saved it too.
Thank you, Pratibha. Thank
Right.
you so much. Thank you,
Any
Sarji.
open
Thank you,
questions from the
Murli.
audience? Here is your chance. If not, I'm closing this session here. Okay. Are you game for a quick rapid fire round, Boniface? For a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. What is love to you?
Everything.
Your first crush?
I think when I was 12 years old.
One romantic film?
There are many. It's tough to name one.
One song that plays in your mind when you see your wife?
The song Jo Haal Dil Ka Idhar Ho Raha Hai. That one. From the movie Sarfarush.
Right. Okay. Your favorite hero?
There are many. I don't want to be biased.
Right. What is intimacy to you?
It's just an act of expression.
Right. What is physical relationship to you?
It's more like it's a bonding. It's confidence. Okay, and it just makes me feel that I'm not dependent. I know I have somebody for me. I know somebody is there for me.
Last question. Marriage, disability. Your statement.
Marriage is something it takes two people forward. Disability is again two people. See, like I'm disabled, my wife is normal. Okay, it is the acceptance. First, I need to accept my disability before I expect my partner to accept. All right, so it is the acceptance for me, for anybody for that matter.
Right.
And we are beautiful people. Please love us. Don't treat us different.
Right. Thank you so much, and we all love you, Boniface.
Thank you, Pratiba. Lovely to see you after a very long time, and God bless you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And all the very best
Thanks.
for whatever you're doing. Great show. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
So that's all with Hoopsters and Hoop Room Talks today. And please do stay hooked on to our Facebook page as well as our Instagram page for more on such kind of shows that would really add meaning to communities and building communities in the future. And if you find any such person who you think would be absolutely an appropriate personality on this show for us, please do ping us, please do message us on any of these platforms. Thank you so much for this. And please also do click on the HoopX TV on YouTube. That would throw more light on the kind of shows that we do. And if you enjoy any of them, please do drop in a comment. That would mean the world to us. Thank you so much for this. Thanks a lot for joining us today.